This mustard green or rayako sag has been staying in the fridge for quite some time, maybe more than a week, and still it's fresh. I'll show you how that is possible. Welcome to our channel Plants, Crochet, Cooking and more. The only solitary fridge magnet I have, this was given to me by my sister when she had returned from her mountaineering. And my fridge, it is always packed, always. And now let me show you. This is why the leaves stay fresh. Can you see? I've always packed it in this kind of cloth bag, and inside it is lined with brown paper. That is the reason why the leaves still remain fresh. So very quickly I'll prepare lunch, and my daughter and myself, we both will be having lunch together after she comes back from school. Now let me tell you how I've cooked this. First I've fried the bitter gourd and then kept it aside, the thinly sliced bitter gourd. Then I've tempered the oil with kalonji or kalojira, and then I've added the pumpkin, diced pumpkin into it and fried for quite some time, adding a little bit of salt and sugar into it. And then finally I've added the bitter gourd and fried it well again. I'm going to cook the radish leaves, munching on some apples as well. And I've also cooked cauliflower aloo ka sabzi. This is for lunch. And then I will make pakora. Waiting for my daughter outside the school here. That is my friend Alok, and she's busy picking kool. You know, kool is a type of berry. It grows wildly everywhere. And right now, let me zoom it up. Some of the kool has ripened. And there is a snake nearby. She has seen it. I've just run out of that place. He is not scared. Our lunch time, and this is the pakora that I was telling you about. Just like how you fry the onion fritters, you fry it that same way. It tastes awesome with simple rice, dal, sabzi. It is great. So we are going to complete our lunch. I will show you how crispy this is. Have this. Now let's get on to the best part, that is the garden work. I'm going to tell you a few things that is to be done before the festival of Holi. Now this is a good way of remembering this task. Before Holi, you complete doing these important things. First and foremost, if a plant has outgrown a pot, you will know by seeing that the roots have started coming out a little from the pot. You immediately need to transplant it into a bigger pot. Before you do that, always remember to remove the soil from the roots, so that, see, I'm showing you here, the soil has become very tight. But when you do this, don't damage the roots. Remove as much soil as possible and then transplant it into a bigger pot, and then add the soil. This is one thing that is to be done. Now I have two plants that have been given to me by Suman, my friend. Let me show them to you. This is the Chinese taro, and the other one is the devil's backbone. This is the Chinese taro. It is considered as quite an auspicious plant and even grown in temples, as per the Buddhist or maybe even the Chinese grow this plant. And this is the devil's backbone. Let me plant this first, and then I'm going to plant the other two. The second thing that you should remember before Holi is that if a plant, like say this plant, this is the poinsettias, I'm going to trim this because this is the end of the flowering season for poinsettias. I'm going to trim it, and if need be, I'm going to plant it in another pot. I think this does need to be planted. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is, here are a few succulents. This is the horsetail or donkey's tail, or what did my cousin tell? The name was, I remember, burro's tail. So I'm using these kind of containers, the one in which we have got some food. I'm going to reuse it. I'm not going to throw them away. I'm going to put these succulents into these containers. They are going to start rooting from here itself. So all these succulents are put into their respective pots, and now I'm going to repot this poinsettias plant. Let me shift this side so that I get some space. Always remember to put one, either a stone, or this is the broken earthen pot, a piece of it. I've put it in it so that the water doesn't drain out completely. And into this I'm going to plant this poinsettias. Remember to remove the soil which is tightly attached to the roots, but be careful not to harm the roots. Don't damage the roots. Lightly remove the soil and then put it into the bigger pot. And here comes the big drum, Fevicol drum, in which I have stored my precious soil. I did not show this to my cousin. It's a hush-hush thing, top secret. I have quite a lot of soil left with me right now. So here I've planted, no, jokes apart, I'd forgotten about this drum when she had asked about this soil. So all is done. Now I'm going to give a treat to all my plants. This is another thing that is to be done before the Holi. Remember this. Vermicompost to all the plants in each and every pot. Little for the smaller plants, and likewise a little more for the bigger ones. I'm going to lightly till the soil for my Arabian jasmine Tagore plant, and then I will put the vermicompost onto these pots as well. A good amount of treat for all the plants in the balcony. Nobody will be left behind. Everybody will get their share. Now let me show you this plant. This is the chili plant. I just planted one seed, one solitary seed. And here it is. But sad to say, can you see? Let me zoom it and show it to you. The villians are there. And I'm going to spray something onto them. So I became the savior here, you know. And here they are all gone. Now let me show you this flower. The chili flower. It looks quite pretty, and the chili is too spicy, this particular variety. I have sprayed this plant with this neem seed. It's a repellent, and I've added water. The concentration amount of dilution will be mentioned in that carton itself. And now I'm going to trim off these dry flowers. These are the calendulas. Let me trim off all the dry ones. Why we need to do this is that once you trim them, the buds will get the nourishment to grow further and bloom. Others, the dry ones, were also taking up the nourishment from the soil. So here are a few more buds. Let me keep it aside. This is the curry patta plant. This was also given to me by Suman. Now it has grown number of leaves, new shoots, and this color is too beautiful, the light green. So these are the things that is to be done before Holi. I hope you found this video informative as well as entertaining. And if you did, please do like, comment, and of course share it with your friends and relatives. And please do subscribe to our channel. Hope to see you again in the next video. Till then, bye bye.